You might be wondering, what is my ideal weight for my age and height? I've got the answers you're looking for in this video. In this video, we're going to go through how to find your ideal weight for your age and your height. And then we'll talk about some common mistakes and pitfalls that you could be making when you're trying to find your ideal goal weight. And last, we'll talk about the absolute best way for you to find your ideal height for your height and age. I am not surprised that this question has come up. When I was given my notes for my videos that I was going to record today, I'm not surprised that this came up because everybody wants to know their ideal weight for their height and age. I get it. I understand why people are confused. I understand why they're searching so hard for this answer. But I feel sorry for people because there's so much conflicting information out there. If you Google this, which maybe you did to get to this video, you're gonna get a million different answers. And some of the most popular ones, Weight Watchers has a formula, and I've done videos on it, but Weight Watchers has a formula that they use to find your ideal height according to your height and age. By the way, when I did the Weight Watchers formula on myself as research for this video, it put me at 15 pounds lighter than what I am. And look, I mean, I can stand to lose a little bit of body fat, I'll admit that, but 15 pounds? No, I don't think you got that right, Weight Watchers. Then you look at BMI. Now, BMI is body mass index, and that's where they divide the height and the weight, and that's the only thing they do. They don't have any more calculations in that formula. That's it right there. Well, the BMI puts me in the overweight category because I have 118 pounds of muscle on me and I'm so dense and heavy. If you got a guy, a Marine, let's say this guy wants to join the Marine Corps and he's a CrossFit athlete doing muscle ups and doing an overhead snatch and he's got six-pack abs and he's got big solid legs, that's going to put his BMI in the overweight category as well. So he will actually have to lose weight before joining the Marine Corps. Does that make any sense to you? No. I think that the BMI calculator is flawed. I think it's archaic and outdated. And I don't think it's an accurate way to find someone's ideal weight. If you look at the doctor's office charts, my gosh, you're going to walk away crying if you see that. I mean, you take your age and your height and you bring it together, that's going to put you that's going to pigeonhole you into a very small range. And guess what? When I did that, I'm sitting, of course, you're sitting on that table in your doctor's office with the gown on, that cold table. And I looked over at the chart and I did my finger, my age, my height. I brought it together and that chart said I should be anywhere from 118 pounds to 139 pounds. Oh my gosh. I mean, 118 pounds, that's the amount of muscle I have on me. I mean, I would be emaciated if I was anywhere near that. I'm just glad that I have the confidence and I have the knowledge that I'm sharing with you, because if I didn't know that, when I looked at that chart, I would have walked away absolutely crying. I would have been depressed. That's frustrating. And go ahead and ask your doctor. But my problem is that the traditionally trained medical community, they are not trained in nutrition. They're not trained with weight loss. They're trained, the medical paradigm is to throw a pill at everything. If you ask your doctor about weight loss and you ask your doctor about your ideal weight for your height and age, he or she is going to turn around and point to that chart. They don't know because they were never taught in medical school how to deal with this issue. And probably he or she is dealing with a weight problem themselves, and they might not even be metabolically healthy. So really, you're going to listen to a medical professional that does not walk the talk and isn't healthy himself or herself? I got a problem with that. Keep in mind, when you are trying to figure out your ideal weight using your height and your age, which is not a good method, but keep in mind that you need to get an accurate height. You might not know this, and you certainly might not want to believe this, but we shrink as we age. Look, I'm 45 years old. I started off at 5'9" when I got out of high school, and now, all these, 26 years later, I am 5'7", and I'm 5'7" on the nose. So from here, I'm going down. And a lot of times when I write custom program, I ask people for their their height. And I say, when was the last time you had your height checked? And people say, oh boy, it's been about 11 years. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Like you ain't 5'9" anymore there, Karen. And then of course I'll stop everything. I'll call them up and say, hey, no, I need an accurate height from you. I need you to get your husband to get the tape measure out. We got to get a good height from, and then they'll be 5'7" at that point. Same thing like me. You really want to get an accurate height. I can promise you, if you have not been measured in a while, you are much shorter than you think. When talking about finding your ideal weight, age is not a factor. I have had 46,000 people come through my program at the time I'm recording this, and I have never seen anyone not hit goal weight because of their age. I mean, look at Yvette Hubbard. You guys remember Yvette? She lost 75 pounds by her 75th birthday, and she was confined to a wheelchair. In fact, Yvette came to see me at an event one time, and she stood up out of her wheelchair to give me a hug. Yeah, we have plenty of people in their 60s and 70s. I just wrote a program for a lady who is 81 who still can get down to goal weight. So don't say, well, now I'm old and I can't hit my goal weight. Don't say that. That's not what you want. It doesn't matter. You can still do this by using the right method, and I'll tell you the right method here coming up. Before I go any further, I want to hear from you. I want you to comment below and tell me, what were you brainwashed to believe before Code Red came along, before Cristy came along, about your ideal weight according to your height and age? I'm curious. Comment below. If you're wondering how to find your ideal weight, I wrote about this in my Code Red Revolution book. I think it's page 129, 127, and it talks about how to find your ideal weight. And you can go back and read, and you can get that book. It's a really great book. But I'll just tell you that you're going to want to pick a time in your life where you felt good about yourself, a time where you felt sexy, a time where you felt confident, a time where you just felt good in your skin. I don't care when that is in your life. You might be 66 years old, and the last time you felt good about yourself was right before you got married at 21 years old. Then that is the weight that we should shoot for. I know that sounds so far-fetched to some of you, like, oh, I don't know, I've had 4 babies, I don't know. I don't agree with you, and I'm the expert here. I'm the one that's written thousands of nutrition programs for people all over the world just like you, and I'm telling you, people can do it. Here, I just don't want you relying on just your height and just your age. That's not an accurate formula. It's not giving enough factors. We have to factor in a lot of other things. We have to factor in, I mean, geez, are you missing a leg? Do you have metal rods in your back? Is there something about you? Are you dense like me? There are a lot of other factors to consider. Don't just go by your height and age. You're gonna be disappointed if you just try to find your ideal weight using your height and age. There are other things you need to consider. The absolute best method of finding your ideal weight, is to let me do it. Outsource that to me. This is what I do for a living, okay? Get yourself a custom program. You're gonna get, first off, a 33-question questionnaire. I need you to be really, really transparent. I need you to be super honest and tell me more. The more details, the better. Okay, nothing is TMI. Tell me what's going on with you. Answer each question thoroughly. That way I can write a very accurate program for you. One of the great components of a custom program is the fact that we medically screen every single one of the programs when they come through, just to be sure you are medically able to go through our program. We have our COO, Carrie, who's an MSNRN. She medically screens every program, and I write them. So yeah, you're not just a number with Code Red. Despite the huge community size that we have, we still have individual attention on every single person that comes through our customized nutrition program. That is $997, and you get to spend 3 months with me in a coaching group, turning in your weight to me every Friday, making sure that I'm holding your feet to the fire and that you lose all your weight. You can lose 10% of your body weight every month without shakes, pills, diet foods, or exercise. So that's a really great way, because I'm gonna tell you where your ideal weight needs to be. And I am never wrong about this. I am never wrong. I always hit the mark on this. This is what I do, so I do it really well. But if you're not ready for a custom program, you can always get in our next 10-pound takedown challenge. We have them every month. You can join the one coming up. You can lose at least 10 pounds in 30 days by following a very, very simple food list and a very simple rules. We're gonna track your water, your weight, and your sleep. And I'm gonna come live to you every day and teach you something about this lifestyle. You're gonna learn, you're gonna unlearn. I linked everything up below in the description, so click on those links and I'll see you on the next video.